Have 7 days to submit opening statements and extraneous material for the record. What purpose of the ranking member?
Mr. Chairman, I have a motion.
The gentleman will state his motion.
Mr. Chairman, since listening to your statement a few moments ago, and since the key focus of today's hearing is the abuses by mortgage servicers, I move pursuant to House Rule 11, Clause 2K6, that the committee authorize subpoenas for documents from the 5 mortgage servicing companies that have not been responsive. By the way, Mr. Chairman, you said that there were some, you were right, that there are some that have admitted wrongdoing. The 5 that we are talking about have not admitted wrongdoing. And I think that it would be appropriate, based upon what we have done in other cases, just like you said, we want to make certain things a priority, those things that we need to continue to look into. I think this is an appropriate situation for us to look into it.
I thank the gentleman. At a hearing, only motions for subpoenas related to that hearing can be considered in order for witnesses. However, we will take the motion, work with the ranking member on a business meeting where it could be in order.
Well, we've consulted carefully with the House parliamentarian, and they tell us that under Rule 11, Clause 2K6, this motion is in order and must be recognized.
Under committee and House rules, we notice business of the committee differently than hearings. Today, we have not noticed any business of the committee. So although members would be advised that if a witness had not shown up, a subpoena could be in order to compel that witness, no other business would be appropriate. I will work with the ranking member to notice a business meeting so that it would be. At the next business meeting, including the markup of a post office, it would be ordinarily in order for that.
Very well.
I thank the gentleman.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I'd like to appeal the ruling of the Chair.
Is it an appeal? If the gentleman insists on his motion, we will take a 5-minute recess. We stand in recess. Mr. Tierney, I have consulted with the House parliamentarian, and he informs me that under hearing procedures, which is throughout the 800 pages, at page 802 and beyond of the House Rule 11, which you have referenced, if you look at hearing procedures, what it says is it goes through paragraph 5 of what is in order, which is not included in what you have asked, and then paragraph 6 says, except as provided in paragraph 5, the Chair shall receive and the committee shall dispose of requests to subpoena additional witnesses. Do you have an additional witness?
Yes, sir. If you look at the subpoenas, we're moving the subpoena to the custodians of the record for the 5 banks to produce the listed documents.
And what would that have to do with today's hearing? It is additional witnesses for the hearing that has been noticed.
Right. So the ranking member's motion here is relevant and germane in the following way. The title of today's hearing, all right?
But no, just before
I'm answering your question. I'm going to answer
but let's get to the first question. It says witnesses.
Yes.
Your subpoena is for documents.
It's for the custodian of the records to bring the documents.
It is for documents.
It's for the custodian of the records to bring them in.
It is for documents, not witness.
Mr. Chairman, yield.
Sir, I've been through this a few thousand times in my life, all right, and I don't know about you, but it's the subpoena is to the custodian of the records.
So that is what it's all about.
And I appreciate the gentleman's comments. Additionally, the parliamentarian informed me that an appeal of the ruling of the Chair, although in order, is not immediately votable under the rules. So we will continue this hearing, and it is my intention before the end of the hearing to hold a vote on your appeal of the ruling of the Chair. And with that,
Parliamentary inquiry.
Parliamentary inquiry.
Parliamentary
I will
inquiry, Mr.
recognize
Chair.
the ranking member.
Thank you very much. Just one quick question. At what time, based upon your understanding of the parliamentary rules, will we have an opportunity to debate our motion? You follow me? In other words, you're talking about
An appeal is not debatable.
okay, and so basically, we will not have an opportunity. It's my understanding.
Mr. Chairman, that certainly is debatable. An appeal of the ruling of the Chair is debatable, and we get to discuss the germaneness of that motion that was made by the ranking member. I'm happy to do it now if you like, or if you want to set it aside for later, we can do it later.
I have set it aside for later. The parliamentary office of the House is available to all members. We'll have plenty of time.
Consult them fully.
We'll have plenty of time for you to check on what they just told me. And with that,
Mr. Chairman, just one quick question.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, Rule 5 requires that if a vote is postponed, as you're doing, you shall take reasonable steps to notify members as to when that vote will be held. Pursuant to this rule, I ask that you provide all members with at least half an hour notice before holding a vote on the pending motion.
It will not happen before 10:40.
Mr. Chairman.
At this point,
Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Chairman.
Professor Warren,
Parliamentary inquiry.
I appreciate your being here.